Hi folks, this is all the fruit. I am on the island of Tenerife, on the Playa Las Teresitas or Teresitas beach, the biggest beach in Tenerife and mostly the most beautiful. By the way, the sand was stolen from Africa. This is actually Sahara sand. And although I said that there are very few species of fruit trees on this beach, I found a couple new ones. The beach is well over 1 kilometer long, so yep, from time to time you find new stuff. I even found 2 different genera of fruit trees, if I'm not mistaken. However, I don't know what species they are. Look at those palms here. They all look pretty similar, right? The stem looks similar. The leaves look similar. The inflorescences look similar. The fruit looks similar. And still, I think those are 2 different genera. This thin palm here, I would suggest that it is Washingtonia and maybe Washingtonia robusta. I hope you can see that there are spines pretty much everywhere along the petioles. Actually, those spines are so crazy, it basically looks like a saw, and it's almost as hard as a saw. Well, those here, those palms, they don't seem to have spines, or they seem to have just very minimal spines along the petioles. I think here I can see something which could be very minimal spines. So this could be some Sabal. However, I'm not 100% sure, so you can correct me on this. Basically, most times when I find Washingtonia, it has really pronounced barbs on the petioles. When I find Sabal, the petioles are completely smooth. So in this case, well, I think that this is a Washingtonia. I'm actually sure this is a Washingtonia, but this is most probably a Sabal. Well, this Sabal has really beautiful inflorescences. Up here, you can see one inflorescence with the flowers. Here is one with the unripe fruit. I hope this phone focuses a little bit. And the other ones are the ones with the ripe fruit. That's what they look like. And one of them actually has inflorescences long enough for me to pick them. So here I picked a small piece of the inflorescence. That's what the fruit look like. Similar to the Washingtonia fruit I know, but they also look more like Sabal fruit. Taste-wise quite nice. Like sugar. Even like caramelized sugar. But there is not much. There's not much flesh, look. This is the size of the seeds. I think that there is also a skin which is quite tough and which is probably about 1/3 of a millimeter thick. And you are left with, well, look at that. Not even 1/2 millimeter of flesh. So quite tasty, but there is not much to it. Washingtonia fruit I know are usually, well, at least twice the size, and the seed is also more like round or heart shape. Well, here everything is quite elongated. Those trees in the Canary Islands and in the Mediterranean, they are used as ornamentals. However, in America, they are actually quite important food sources. The cabbage palm, yes, you can eat the fruit of most species, but the most important is the giant heart of palm. Basically, if you have an axe or a machete, you can get about 20 to 30 kilograms of tasty vegetable from the butt, of course, killing the palm. That's why, for example, in the US, it's illegal to do this nowadays. But with 20 to 30 kilograms of vegetable, you can last quite long. Well, with Washingtonia, I've seen people in Arizona harvesting it to make wine and spirits from it. But you can also leach out the sugar or just eat the fruit out of hand. And also the heart of palm is incredibly delicious, but with all those barbs, it's not as easy to get to it as to the heart of Sabal. So both palms in America are used for the heart of palm and also for the small but tasty fruit. Well, here they're also kind of invasive, as you can see. This beach is being cleaned pretty much every day. And still, in nooks and corners and crannies, a couple of those palms survive. And look what happens when they don't clean a part of the beach for just a couple days. The new seedlings are coming up. Hundreds of them. This is just what happens in, I don't know, a day or two. Even between the planks of the boardwalk, they are sprouting here, as you can see. So despite being very, very ornamental and very useful, Washingtonia and Sabal can be quite invasive. Look over there, there are actually a lot more big size seedlings. So always be careful, folks. If you plant a tasty fruit tree or a nice ornamental, it can always become invasive, like with those palms. They are not only invasive in the Canary Islands, but also in Europe. I've seen them spreading in southern Spain or Malta. So always be careful what you plant. I don't say don't plant beautiful trees or nice fruit trees, but always remember that everything you plant can become invasive, and some of the species are proven to become invasive. So folks, please, if you manage to identify what this is, I think this is a Sabal, although I think I can see some really teeny tiny barbs, and I think this is a Washingtonia, but I will still read any suggestions what else those things could be. Okay folks, stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the parks, gardens and beaches of Tenerife, and don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.